Hey everyone, and welcome to the Tim and
Jim show. It's good to see you, Tim Zone.
it's good to see you, Jim Fuse, and welcome everyone. I'm
And
Tim
so
Stone.
for those of you that might think it's 11:45 p.m., we actually meant AM. So we had to do some tricky stuff. So I'll have to see it. I think we're live on LinkedIn. We'll find out. But
We are.
yeah,
Yeah.
that little letter A, P can really throw you off. So yeah, so
Yeah.
hello to the fluffy ninja. Oh, I like that.
Oh,
The
I
fluffy
like that. Yes, the
Yes.
fluffy ninja. And let us know if you think we should change our show time to 11:45 p.m. because that could definitely be interesting.
That would be Tim and Jim after dark.
Yeah, after dark, after hours,
Right.
for
And so
sure.
as you can see, we're using the new layout feature with StreamYard. We've been playing around with it. We find, and it kind of goes into our theme today, which we're going to be talking about live streaming and community. And now, Tim, are you, I don't know, did you use the guest feature where you could add this to your own channels?
I have not done that today,
I
but
wonder if you
I
can do it
will do
while
that.
we're live. That would be kind of cool.
Oh, I could definitely try that.
Why
Yeah.
not? Let's break the internet. That's what we do here
Let's break it.
on the
That's what we
Tim and
do at
Jim
the Tim
show.
and Jim show. We just
We'd like
break
to
the
break the
internet.
internet.
That's right.
Yes.
So we can add up to 2 destinations for a guest, and
Yes.
I am considered a guest today. I mean, I'm co-host, but
Right, but
in
for
StreamYard's
purposes of
eyes, I'm considered a guest.
that's right, that's right.
So thank you, StreamYard. Yes. So I'll do LinkedIn and I'll just do Twitter because why not, right?
Why not? That's right.
Yeah, and I'll just call it live streaming and community.
And
This is something
it
I
did
noticed.
work. Just so you know, if you ever mess up, folks, we had to delete from LinkedIn, and then we added it during the actual live stream, intro, and we are actually streaming on our LinkedIn, so that did work, Tim. So I was a little
Awesome.
nervous, I don't like, we don't like when things don't quite go as we, planned, but we knew
We
we
are
were gonna have a show
professionals.
today. That's right. That's right.
Yes,
We
we are
tell ourselves.
professionals. So one thing that you'll notice is that if you use StreamYard, if you have a show and you have a guest that uses this new feature, is that they'll need to plug in a title and a description.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So I'm just plugging in live streaming and community for the title. And I'm just going to put live streaming and community on the Tim and Jim show just for the sake of time.
There you go.
And I added that. So
And
we'll
I
see if
see it, and I see the little green check marks, so it is working.
awesome.
That was pretty cool. So look, there you have it, folks, live on the interwebs, right? Because we're not
Live
on
demo.
TV. Live demo. Live
Yeah.
demo mode.
And shout out to StreamYard, by the way. And
Yes,
StreamYard
yes. We
mugs.
have our StreamYard mugs. StreamYard helps power this show.
And let us know if you're team tea or team coffee.
Are you drinking tea today, Tim?
I'm drinking a black coffee today, Jim.
Okay. Okay, so
What are you
today Tim
drinking?
is I'm drinking, coffee with coconut milk creamer. So that's
Coconut
what I'm
milk creamer. Ooh,
yes.
do you like that? Is it
I
good?
do. It doesn't have as much of the stuff that's you get with the other creamers, because it's coconut milk, right? So coconuts are good for you, so I've been told.
Do you
True
go
story.
cocoa for coconut milk?
Cocoa for coconut milk or cuckoo. Is it
Cuckoo.
cuckoo? Cuckoo for coconut milk.
I feel like that
You go
isn't that a
because people go
cereal? Cuckoo
crazy for
for
Cocoa Puffs, right?
Cocoa Puffs. That's what I'm thinking.
That's right,
Yes.
that's right.
Now that we've
But what
completely digressed here.
That's right. And just so you folks see, like, we can quickly in that now that was interesting how it flipped us around because
We're dancing.
I could probably create a new if I wanted to, right? Kinda silly. I could create a new one of these overlays where it would purposely put the second person first, but you'll see if I go back to this, I think it's gonna flip us around. Ready?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, look at that. So that's what we call pattern interrupt in the world of live streaming. And
Ooh, we're
why you
getting
wanna do that sometimes is we wanna see a little bit of change, and of course, you can see because we have the banner up, you don't see our titles. Now you see our titles, but we wanted the people to see what we are talking about today. And
yes.
and Fluffy Ninja is Team T.
Fluffy
So
Ninja. I don't know if you can stay. I guess we'll let you stay.
no, tea. I think tea is good for you. I go back and forth with tea. I always think of tea when
Yes,
I'm not feeling well. That's something you're supposed to help
that's true.
with
But I
your
really like that handle, Fluffy Ninja. I want to know, how
yes.
did you come up with Fluffy Ninja, Fluffy Ninja?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yes. That's definitely interesting.
I want to know the
So,
story behind that.
yes, we definitely wanna know. Inquiring minds wanna know on the National Enquirer.
Yeah, because stories are important in live streaming and community, right?
That's right. That's right.
See
So,
that transition there?
I saw that. So, Tim, gosh, we've been live streaming for, what was I, almost a little over 4.5 years now.
Yeah, it'll be 5 years
If
in August. Do
yes,
you believe
yeah,
it, Jim?
I can't believe it, and we're still here. It's amazing,
We're still
and that's
here.
thanks because of our community, right?
That
See what I did
is,
there? See what I did there?
I see. I see.
Yes, yes,
Yes, it is because of community.
and, uh, and I really think it's a powerful tool, live streaming. I mean, what do you think, Tim? Why do you feel like live streaming is such a big thing as far I guess when we look at live streaming versus, say, just recording a video, editing it, putting it on, the different platforms, what do you see as the biggest difference?
The interaction with people, the live interaction. Yes, there's replay viewers as well, and you can interact with them in the comments later. But I think it's that interaction. You're building relationships with people, and with building your business, it's all about building that know, like, and trust factor, right? Before
Mhm.
somebody buys from you down the road. So live streaming really allows you to build that relationship. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I think too, one of the things that, learned from our friend Chris Stone is, people talk about live selling, we actually like to use the
Mm,
term live solving, and
mm.
even like today, we are solving questions for people because, we're telling them like, "Look, if you wanna change how your live stream looks, you can with StreamYard." We showed people how Tim was able to add to his LinkedIn and his Twitter through, while live, and then, oh, it looks like Fluffy Ninja's got us an answer. It was a nickname in high school because I was very stocky, and when I walked up to people, they could never hear me. Ah,
Ah,
and he's
okay.
approaching. So he was, okay. All right. So he was stealthy. That's good. I like that. I like that. With the Marine background, we're all for stealth. Stealth is a good thing. But,
And he embraced it.
yes, that's right. That's right. But, I think when you think about it, right, that whole live interaction, just like we were able to ask Fluffy Ninja a question, he was able to give us a response. We were able to
Yes.
respond back. I think that that's very important. And I think, and Fluffy Ninja, we appreciate you coming today. And folks, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to Fluffy Ninja's channel. So there you go. If you're over on YouTube, go
Yes.
do that. Because YouTube is just like blown up. And I think, and I've been encouraging other businesses, even as an example, I'm a part of the American Legion Post 29, and we're now working to revamp some of our socials. And one of those channels is going to be YouTube because we have events, we have where people are giving, maybe talks around, different days. Like, did you know today is Gold Star Family Day? And that is to
I didn't.
remember the families of those. A Gold Star family is a family who had a loved one pay the ultimate price for our country. So
Mm,
today, April 5th, is Gold Star Family Day. So, as an example, if there was an event where we had someone from our post, one of our leadership people speaking about it, right? We could actually do a live video on YouTube and share that with, not just our community, but the world. And I think that that is where there is a great opportunity, right? I don't even know that I call it a challenge, a great opportunity for businesses to grow. To your point, Tim, that know, like, and trust, right? And then you can even repurpose that stuff into podcast if you want to. But I think a big part of it, and one of the reasons why Tim and I made sure we made it today, right? It's about being consistent, right? You got to be
Exactly.
consistent getting your message out, whatever that consistency is. It doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be every week. It could be, once a month, but whatever it is, start out and stick with that because that's what's going to get people to come back. And it can be a challenge. I'm sure you and I both find it a challenge at times, Tim. I mean, you're running the Perspectives on Cancer show on Tuesday. I guess you're doing it evenings now. Is that correct? Or is it kind
It's
of
at 3
depend?
o'clock Eastern.
3 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the evening in some places. It's the evening
That's
in
true.
England.
That's true. It's all in perspective, the time, I suppose.
That's right. That's right.
See what I did there?
I did see what you did there.
Perspective, showing up perspectives.
Perspectives on, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, and so so Tim, if you're up for it, let's talk a little bit because community is a big thing with you, but you just had something occur that, the community is here for you. I want you to know that. And I don't know if you want to share your story here live on the Tim and Jim show because you did share it on social media, so it's not like it's a surprise.
Yeah, sure. And thanks for bringing it up. So for those of you who aren't familiar with my story, 16 years ago, I was diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia, which is a blood cancer. In December of 2021, well, in November of 2021, I had created a show called Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, where I have, along with my co-host, Erica Newbert Campbell, we have conversations with cancer patients, survivors, and supporters about their personal journeys with cancer. And a month after I created the show, I found out that I was cancer-free. And it's been that way until this week. I had an oncology appointment on Wednesday. And in my mind, I did not expect I was going to be walking into anything like this. And it's not a large amount of cancer. It's 0.027% of leukemia cells. So it's a small amount. And they said that the oncologist said not to worry unless the numbers keep increasing after they do several more tests, which the next one won't be for 3 months. So here's an example of community. So yesterday, I would normally do the Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer show. And Erica, my co-host, wasn't able to be there yesterday. And there was a guest scheduled, but I was debating, I'm like, do I do a show? Like, this was really, I still feel fine, but mentally it's been a really hard week, right? Do I want to show up for the show? And the show is going to be a heavy show. Like, the guest has a lot of, not that we were necessarily going to talk all about the connections to cancer, but she has a lot of heavy connections to cancer. So I knew it was going to be a heavy show. So I asked her very nicely. I explained the situation. I said, would you mind if I rescheduled you to a different date? And what I decided to do was have a show where I would talk about a few things coming up with showing up. And then I decided to call it an Ask Me Anything show. I also decided I would talk briefly about my cancer coming back. And if anybody wanted to join me live on the screen, they could do that. So Amanda Ferraro, who's also a blood cancer survivor, and Mark Kageyama, who guest co-hosts sometimes and is a cancer patient himself, he came on with me. And I just felt so supported yesterday. So when you create a show and you show up consistently, or as consistent as you can, and if you're having a week where you feel occasionally like you can't, it's my opinion, it's okay, right? Like, if it's occasional, take a week off. But if you show up for the most part consistently, your people are going to show up for you. And that's what I felt yesterday. I just felt so supported that I almost need the puffs right now. Shout out to Puffs.
Why not Kleenex?
Because I have the puffs right here. If somebody will send me Kleenex, I will show Kleenex on the show. I promise. Maybe equal airtime.
There you go.
Anyway, that's a little bit about. And hi, Catherine Lang. She says facial tissue.
Facial tissue.
Which do you use, Catherine? Do you use Puffs, Kleenex, or do you use a generic brand or a different one?
Oh, there you go. Now there's a question.
I mean, this is a good deflection conversation from cancer for sure. I love deflection.
Yes. I think we use both. I think it depends on what's on sale at Target.
Depends what's on sale.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hankies. Oh, there you go. A good Southerner uses hankies. I thought about that.
Hankies.
And then you do, and then do you use a handkerchief when you have a suit?
I rarely wear a suit.
Yes.
Let us know if you wear a Jim. How often do you wear a suit?
I don't. Usually, it's not a good occasion if I'm having to wear a suit. Now it's usually something something like that. I mean, I have a couple of them, but I think I don't miss it. It's kind of that whole thing of like, why sometimes it's interesting. And I don't know how many of you notice this, is like when you go to events now, how many people wear coat and ties? Right? It's kind of like, do I really need to wear a tie? Can I just wear, like I've got this nice collared shirt, it's branded. I wear some nice, slacks. But I just feel like maybe because I'm in the South, it's too hot. It's too hot for me to be wearing a long sleeve shirt with a tie and a coat.
Yeah.
And look at that. Most of them don't even own coats and ties. There you go. Yes. So I think, do you think that's becoming more accepted, that you don't always have to be quote unquote dressed up when you meet with someone?
Like at an event or just at a meeting? Or
I think both. What do you think? I mean, I think sometimes meetings kind of drive what you think you need to wear. Like you try to find out, like, is it business, casual, business professional? But I could very easily wear a button-down shirt and not have a tie, and that would look, good. And another good one from the unicorn. Dressed up and etiquette rules are different today than they were 20 years ago. I agree. Catherine, have you written a book on that yet?
Ooh.
We call it the Catherine Lang Rules of Etiquette, because what was her name?
Yeah.
The Miss Manners lady. Yes, casual definitely means different things to different folks. Yeah, we've noticed we don't always like this, and maybe that makes us, and meaning me and my bride, that we notice sometimes, like when we go to a restaurant, that people are wearing like workout attire.
Mm-hmm.
And we're kind of like, and now it's one thing if it's a fast food restaurant, but when it's a sit down restaurant, we're kind of like, you couldn't like throw on some slacks and a shirt. You didn't have to wear your Lululemon here today. So we've noticed that. And I don't know what to
Do you think it's changed since COVID though, too, Jim?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think so. And Catherine, we love to make your day because you always make ours when you show up and support us here on the Tim and Jim show. So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you, Catherine, and Fluffy Ninja, and all of you who are showing up live or future
flip-flops are now formal. It is funny. I do have a friend that he had an issue with his one of his toes and something, so he was forced to wear flip-flops, where before he never wore flip-flops. Now it's like he wears them all the time, even in the winter. And so I find it kind of humorous that he's now team flip-flop. I don't like flip-flops. I'll wear like those I think they're called Tiva. They're kind of like sandals, but they have a back strap, because I feel like the flip-flop makes me hold the thing onto my feet with my toes. That's a lot of work.
I wear Crocs now. This is what I'm wearing right now. Crocs.
Oh, okay.
Let us know what you're wearing on your feet. We want to know.
I'm wearing shoes. I'm actually wearing real shoes. They're actually Hawaiian shoes though. I think they're called Ola Hanas. They're nice though. They're comfortable. They're casual. They're casual, but they're leather and they have shoelaces, because you don't have to tie your Crocs, right? You just slip them on.
No, that's the beauty of them. That is the beauty of them.
I
But
just
this is
can't.
also the beauty of live streaming, right, Jim? We can
That's
have
right.
this interactive conversation with people,
That's right.
and these are all things that are relatable with people,
Yes.
what they're
Yes.
wearing on their feet.
That's right. That's right. Because like, well, and here's the other thing about live streaming. What we found is like on Zooms,
Mhm.
sometimes people are just dressed up from the waist up.
Exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting. I am wearing shorts because I did go out earlier with my daughter. She was
Mm.
briefly in town. She just flew back from Spain visiting her fiance, and she's now on her way back to North Carolina. And so she flew in last night, and we had breakfast, and now she's back on her way to North Carolina, where she will get back to working until he gets here, which I think is in September. So looking
Oh,
for
okay.
hopefully he's going to get stationed close by. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. That's what Dad's hoping for. Dad hopes to have her nearby
Of
because she's
course.
been far away for a while. So it's good to see her. She's my youngest daughter, but my youngest daughter is my stepdaughter, who she'll be. That's funny. It's like this is a big month in the family. It's like someone had a birthday the other day. My daughter
Jim,
has a birthday Monday, a
it was
week.
Jim's birthday the other
Yes,
day.
yes.
Everybody wish Jim a happy birthday in the
I
comments.
turned I turned
Should we
another
sing?
age.
You
You can
turned
guess in the chat.
21?
We'll see. It's kind of like one of those carnivals. You have to, if you think we'll see.
Did they
Or
win a
tell me what you think
prize?
I look like. You don't have to, if you don't have to say, because might
What you
know.
look like?
Well,
Oh,
like
the
age
age
wise,
that you look
how old
like.
do you think I look like? Yeah. What do I look like? Gosh, that could be ugly. Um, Let's see. Oh, here we go. We got some more comments from Catherine. My husband likes to wear strange socks with his Crocs. That way folks see
Oh,
the bright and weird designs. Okay. Could see that. Strange. Yeah, socks have definitely become a thing at times where people definitely look to have, if you want to call, fun with, right? Fun
yeah.
socks.
My sister Eileen likes fun socks.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then let's see. Shorts are dress casual. Once you can wear something to Sunday, it's dress appropriate. Now, what was interesting when I lived in Eastern North Carolina near the beach, like 10 minutes away from the beach, in the summer at our church, all the tourists would come. And yeah, you talk about, they look like they were ready to go to the beach as soon as they left church. So
Mm,
that was definitely
yeah.
acceptable to just come in shorts and a t-shirt. We were just happy you were there to have a conversation with Jesus and everybody else. So that worked out. And thank you, Fluffy Ninja, for the birthday wish. And Fluffy
Yes.
Ninja is sneakers better with arch support. Yes, arch support is definitely important. As someone that's run for many years, that's something I definitely have gotten inserts in my running shoes to help with that. And you are too kind if you think I'm 36. Too kind. I will take that. I will take that. And I don't even use Grecian formula yet. I had one of my buddies, because he's been using it since his 20s, where he would be completely like Snow White, and he started to talk about when he turns 60, he might finally let it go back to the color it's supposed to be. And that'll probably be like almost overnight. It'll go from brown to gray.
Jim, do you have any other marathons you're running or anything like that coming
Um,
up?
I I'm not at the moment planning to specifically run one, but I am continuing to run and walk. I did
Yeah.
from about the 1st of February until early March, I did 200 miles. And so that was an
Wow.
average of about 7, 8 miles a day.
That's
And
awesome.
sometimes it was running, sometimes it was walking, sometimes it was a little of both. But the biggest thing is, right, keeping our bodies in
Moving.
motion.
Yeah.
Because walking is definitely good for you, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing I will say that I like about my Apple Watch, and what's cool is, like, even with the Apple, well, it doesn't matter if it's Apple Fitness or if it's, talking about community, even Under Armour has this Map My Fitness thing. You can get into these groups and kind of like track each other. So like I follow, like I'm connected with Jeff C and Karen and a couple other people on our watch, and so I'll get like a notification like, oh, Jeff worked out. I'm like, oh gosh, now I got to go work out. So it
Yeah.
creates a little bit of positive guilt, I guess you could say.
It motivates you, right?
That's right. That's right. Because you don't want
Otherwise
your
known as positive guilt.
positive guilt. Yes. Yes. And yeah, Catherine loves her white gray hair. Yes. But yeah, but well, it makes you look very distinguished, Catherine. So that I think that works for you. I don't know if it worked for
Yes.
me yet or not. I haven't decided. But yeah, I think there's so many positive guilt. Isn't that like jumbo shrimp? Yes, yes, it is. Well, because once you work out, you feel better about yourself, so then the guilt goes away. So, but yeah, I think but yeah, so like with the fitness app on the Apple Watch, and there may be others that do similar to this. One of the 3 goals for the day is standing, which is funny, standing for at least a minute, 12 hours a day. And so if you think about
Standing.
it, you would think, "Oh, well, that's not that hard." But believe it or not, there's days where that doesn't happen. And then you say, "Ooh,
Hmm.
I am sitting too much." So for me, right,
Well,
it's having like right now, I'm standing here in front of you. I'm not sitting. But when we first started the show, right, I think both of us, we were sitting at a desk. I mean, it's funny if you go back and look at our older shows, we both had these huge earphones and you could see our
yes.
chairs and everything else. But with live stream, we've kind of evolved, right? It's like, how can we make ourselves progress? I don't know if I'd say, maybe we look better. I don't know. Maybe we don't. But because we would encourage others, go look at our old stuff and you'll see there's hope for you too.
I don't know if I'd encourage you to go look back at our old videos, but whatever you say, Jim.
Oh, he said just no, but that's not true, Catherine. He
Just
he just
only
doesn't know better. That's children for you. What do they know? They know what they think they know.
children know a lot. They're
Yeah,
very observant
they're observant, but sometimes misguided.
sometimes. That is
Sometimes.
true.
In fact, I have a
Let us
it's
know
kind
if
of
your
it's I kind
children
of
are
have a joke
misguided
for
or
you.
observant.
So, do you know what USMC stands for?
United States Marine Corps. Is that right?
Yes, but we sometimes like to say that we're Uncle Sam's misguided children.
Oh, why
So I
is
don't know if
that?
you've ever heard that one before, but yes.
I don't know if I have. Why is
Yes.
that? What's the
Well,
reasoning?
because we're a little bit, uh, cocoa for or crazy for Cocoa Puffs and things like that. So, yeah. Um, well,
Catherine
thank
says
you.
it stands for awesome.
Stands for awesome. Yes. Well, thank you.
Yes.
I would say yes. I do think the Marines are pretty darn awesome, if I do say so myself, having spent
Definitely no bias there. Definitely.
most of my adult life in the institution. I would
Yes.
have to agree. But
Yeah.
yeah, community is important, and community is interesting for me because I'm a part of a lot of communities. I think you
Hmm.
are too.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes, like for me, the people that I have great admiration for, and this would include you, Tim, are people that can run them.
Mm.
Like our friend Deb Mitchell runs communities because that's a lot of work. I've
Yeah.
noticed, like when me and Chris joined into the Amazon creator community on Facebook, the 3 people that run that, it's like, God bless you, because I wouldn't want to do it. Because the thing sometimes about community is that people don't always, it's kind of like sometimes it becomes like a wine fest. And I don't mean wine as in like the kind you drink. I mean like wine with
Right.
the H.
Mm.
And people have to put up with that. And then you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't take this, right? We're not looking to listen to these people that want to whine all the time.
Right.
Oh yeah, Cecil Field. So you lived near Jacksonville, Florida then, right? Because I think that's where it was, right? Cecil Field. I used to live there a long time ago. Um Yes. Yes. That is a great quote, Catherine Lang. We should put that on Twitter.
Shh, mic drop.
That should be a tweet. Building community requires commitment on the part of the leader without expectation of commitment on part of the joiners. Yes. Because I think sometimes, and I would love to know what you all think, that when people create a community, they think they're going to get all these people show up and they're going to do everything they want them to do. But I think you have some people, they join and then they're like, I'm going to watch and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like I'm going to dip my toe in the water, but I'm not ready to jump in yet because I got to see if the temperature's right. Temperature's not right. I may not even leave. I may just, stay there and do nothing. And,
Lurk.
and so that's where I think, Pat Flynn talks about super fans, right? And really having that group that is dedicated to really helping the leader, right? Because they have bought in, and then the rest of them are kind of like, so just because somebody has thousands of people in the group or community doesn't mean it's a good community. And I think it's big. I think, Facebook has made it a challenge. Yes, Meta, I'm talking to you. Because
Paging Meta.
Even when we're in a community, because of the algorithm, we don't always see everything. We've run into that with a couple of the groups that I'm in. It's like people have no idea that somebody posted something. And they're like, well, I posted this. It's like, and the solution isn't that I need to go check it every day because I don't want to do that. Right. So it's kind of like, what's a better way? So it's going to be interesting to see how that continues to evolve. I mean, I know there's, you've got Mighty Networks, you've got Circle. I think there's another one, Heartbeat is another one that have come out. Unfortunately, and I think you heard the news, Tim, one that I really liked was Volley, but Volley is shutting down at the end of the month.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yes, they could not continue to operate. I guess they just couldn't get the funding necessary to continue. So yes, unfortunately, April 30th is the last day for Volley as we know it. So
And
I guess that
Catherine is
means
missing
people will go
Blab.
back to Slack or what's it, Marco Polo, which always makes me think of the game you play in the pool.
Yeah. That sounds good. Swimming sounds good about now. Let us know if you like to go swimming.
Swimming is coming. It is April. It's what is it right now? 76 degrees right now here in Marietta, Georgia, and Braves are coming home tomorrow for their first home game of the season, and I'll be there Friday night as they play the San Diego Padres. So that should be fun. So you can watch us on Apple TV, 7 p.m. if you get Apple TV Plus. They do Friday Night Baseball now on Apple.
You got your sports segment in.
Yeah, I had to get it in. Yes,
I saw you just slid it in there. Just slid it in
there. Yes, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, live streaming, Tim. Going back to even to that, it's like there's so many opportunities that I think people aren't taking advantage of. I mean, even did you know? Okay, maybe you did. That despite the fact that there's probably 500 plus million people on LinkedIn, less than 3% create any content.
Yeah, there's such a huge opportunity.
Yep.
So huge.
And I know for me, other than, of course, I like to read books and I know I should write a book. And you've written a book and I know it's in the process.
The print version is, sorry, I didn't mean to turn.
Oh, no, go ahead.
What you were going to say.
No,
I was just going to say the print version is like in the final stages of being,
it's at the printer,
almost being submitted to Amazon, the printer.
It's at the printer. Let's see. Oh, Catherine's saying a lot. Let's see. Here we go.
Thank you, Amazon.
I hate the limits,
Catherine, for all your
comments. In the group that I want to know. Yep. Yes. And then she misses Blab. Yes. Oh, and look at that, sitting at the pool at least once. Well, but you are in Alabama. It can be warm there sometimes. And if you have a heated pool, even better. Weather's been crazy though, right? We had, it was Monday here was kind of misty, rainy, cold, and now it's been in the 70s and 80s the last 2 days. And I think Friday night we're going to get some rain, but hopefully not till after the baseball game. she- she's used to talking to herself, living with a house full of men. Well, that I live in a house right now full of women, so I think I talk to myself a lot, or I listen a
I
lot.
am also.
Do you listen a lot, Tim? Do you find you're more of a listener than a talker in a house full of women?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, dear.
Well, that is kind of you, Catherine. She's holding off on the pool just to check us out. Well, that is awesome.
That's dedication. Thank you, Catherine.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Fluffy Ninja's
Uh,
back. You missed a lot of knowledge dropped by Catherine, so make sure you go back
Jim will
and
have to make the show 4
rewind.
hours so we can
Yeah.
repeat everything.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, I think is this such an opportunity with live streaming for businesses to, and I look at it, it's like part of it is educating their audience about what they do and how they help, right? Going back to that live solving, right?
Mhm.
How can Tim and I help you? Well, not only do Tim and I produce our own shows, but we can help you produce your show.
Yes.
We can make it easy. So all you got to do is show up in front of your camera, have good audio, make sure you're wearing headphones so you don't have echo feedback, and we'll make you look awesome. That's what we do
Exactly.
when we're not here having a great time on the Tim and Jim show. And okay, Catherine is on a roll today. Do what you enjoy doing, or find someone to join you that you enjoy hanging out with. If you make it fun, others will want to be a part of it. Definitely. And I'm getting ready to do something, Tim, community building in a sense. I don't know if you would say it's fun, but I am going to co-chair the American Legion Post 29 Marietta, Georgia 5K run in November. And
Oh,
over the last 8 years, because I think this will be the 9th year, we've raised over $600,000 for
wow.
the Shepherd Center, which helps people with spinal injuries and does a lot for veterans with traumatic brain injury, the Georgian International Guard Family Foundation, and then we also have a veteran service officer in our post that helps veterans in the community. So I'll be looking for sponsors, just like you'll be looking for sponsors for Perspectives on Cancer in September.
Yeah, September 30th and October 1st.
Yes. So he's crossing 2 months. That's pretty brave. It's going to have a 2-month
Right?
event.
Straddling. Yes.
And where is your event going to be? Tell us about your event.
My event's going to be in Scranton, Pennsylvania this time. Yes. It's for cancer patients, survivors, supporters who want education and inspiration for healing, hope, and resilience. That's the kind of the theme this
Love
time
it.
for the event. It's a 2-day event this time. It's going to be 10 to 4 the first day on September 30th, and the second day is going to be 10 to 1. There'll be speakers, there'll be music, there will be part of the time will be small groups, so we'll be sharing our cancer stories in small groups together. And there will be definitely somehow there will be fun in there as well. Always
Nice.
fun.
Fun with a
Yes.
capital F.
Capital
Where
F.
is Scranton in relation to the rest of Pennsylvania?
It's an hour from me in the woods.
In the
Does that
woods.
help you from Atlanta?
Well, so I guess eastern, central, southeastern, because I know my
It's in
brother.
northeastern Pennsylvania.
Northeastern, okay, because my brother's
Yes.
in Pittsburgh,
I
and
think that's about probably 4 hours away from Scranton.
okay. What about?
Yes.
I know about Philadelphia. Philadelphia is about an hour and a half from DC, I think.
That's
Maybe
about
not.
3 hours. Well, that's about 3 hours from me, so probably I'm guessing 2 hours
Okay.
from Scranton.
Yes.
Yes.
And Denise, she's here from Artist at Heart Paint Party. You want to go check her out, not only on Facebook but on Amazon. She does amazing art classes, teaches you
Oh,
how to
hi.
be artistic for those of you like me that aren't. Tells
Oh,
you
do
the
you want to do
difference.
art at my event?
Oh,
That
maybe
would be
she could.
fun.
That would be fun. Yes, we'll
Yeah.
have to see.
And
She's
Jim,
in,
Atlanta is only 12 hours from Scranton.
right? So probably better to fly.
Probably. Or start your marathon now.
Start your marathon now. Start
How many
walking
marathons
now.
would that
That's
be?
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Yeah.
yeah, live streaming, and if you're wanting to live stream, if you're just getting started, what we're using right now, and we're going to show how easy it is to do things with this. You can use StreamYard,
You
and
dance.
boom, just like that, I changed how things look, and then I can go back to making it look like this, and they just keep coming up with new features that custom layouts. Tim is streaming to not only his Facebook, or no, his LinkedIn
That's
and his
right.
Twitter, which I don't know when the last time you streamed to your Twitter, Tim. That's like,
I stream to my Twitter pretty often.
do you? I did not
Yeah.
know that. You're learning. You're learning. You're getting to be
Well,
Twittery.
we've done it
That's
for
good.
a long time.
Yes, excellent point, Catherine. Great tool for not
Yeah,
just
that's true.
recording, but live, but for recording. So as an example, I know that Denise does that to record product videos. I use it sometimes as well, because one of the things that you can do with StreamYard is you can actually, if you're the quote unquote host, you can add a second camera. So if I wanted to add an overhead camera,
Yes.
I could put that in here. And now with custom layouts, right, I could make that camera bigger. That's the one thing I like is, right, not everything has to be the same size now. And I think that
Right.
and now I know we've all asked for it. I'm sure it's coming. I do think that we're going to see some upgrades, and I don't know, maybe they mentioned it Sunday night, but I wasn't able to listen Sunday night.
Me either.
Like, I think people want circles, right? We want to be able to do circles. I don't really know why you would do triangles. Can you?
Triangles. That would
I,
be kind of weird.
it would, but I think there's people that want triangles. Don't ask me why.
What about octagons?
Octagons. Maybe. I think circles and squares are
Rhombus?
good.
Rhombus?
I don't know, Tim. I don't know. Pentagons, right? There you go. That's
Shout out to the Pentagon.
a shout out to the Pentagon. But yeah,
Yes.
so lots of things you can do with this. I think also the guest feature is great because circle takes the square. Circle takes the square. I thought it was it rock, paper, scissors. But the other thing is because it is so easy to do. Like I could literally, I think, edit this while we're on the show. Like, let's see, we're going to try this and see if you all see. Make our squares a little bigger, and it's actually even giving me a little red line and let me know that me and Tim are even. And so I just updated it live on
Oh, that's awesome.
Tim and Jim TV.
Nice.
And so you can make these edits while you're live if you needed to. So it really gives you, as both a host and a producer, a lot of flexibility. And same thing, right? You can have up to 10 people on screen. There are ways to do what they call this dynamic camera. So we could, if we wanted to, which would be kind of weird, we could have little people on our sides, and then you have the two big people in the middle. But that might
Right.
work in some things where you're rotating like a panel in and want to highlight the people that are speaking. So
Right. And the other cool thing is that if you wanted to, you could also just record audio.
yes.
Like, for example, for showing up, I'm going to be creating a podcast out of some of the episodes, maybe all of them in the long run, but going to start out with 10 episodes. And so I needed to create an intro and outro for the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I use StreamYard in order to create the intro and outro for the podcast
Uh-huh. And
last night.
did you record it? You just you did it, but you just basically took the audio for your intro and your outro. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I use StreamYard. I selected recording, and then it gives you an option to record audio only.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, she said.
I can't believe that you guys would make faces at each other, Catherine. Come on now.
Is that a show? The he said,
It,
she said
it
show?
is a show. It's a podcast, I
Is it?
believe. Yes.
Oh, I did not know that.
But I think they're maybe going to turn it into, or I don't know, Catherine, do you have video now out there? Or I know before it was definitely a podcast. Let us know. Oh, it is a live stream.
Oh,
Why don't you share where that live stream is, Catherine? Put it in the comments.
I want to see this. Yeah, please share.
Looking to do radio. Well, there is. So here's something to think about, Catherine Lang, if you haven't already. There is AMP on Amazon, which lets you have your quote unquote own radio station. And why not use LinkedIn Audio? And LinkedIn Audio. So, true story, did this the other day as an experiment. If you share let's say the LinkedIn Audio tab to your StreamYard, as long as you mute the microphone, like say of here, you can hear the LinkedIn Audio conversation going on. So you're literally recording the LinkedIn Audio in StreamYard. So I was telling our friends Judy Fox and Vinny Positivo, because they do a weekly show on LinkedIn. It's like you two could be on camera, like kind of like we are, or maybe change it, and then using the media thing, that would be the LinkedIn Audio, so everybody could see who's up on the stage. And by just making sure you've got your audio set up right, it's going to record it. So you still got the audio from StreamYard because you're recording it in StreamYard on that tab. But now you don't have that echo feedback, but then everybody would see kind of the facial reactions of Judy and Vinny as they're talking to the audience in the crowd. So I think that's kind of an interesting way to look at it. So the whole LinkedIn Audio. It's funny because I don't know if you heard, Spotify had this thing that kept changing names called Green Rooms or something. They're doing away with their social audio. Facebook's done away with their social audio, and some people are saying, "Oh, well, social audio is dead." I don't think it is.
I don't either.
I don't think it is. And as long as platforms like Twitter, and of course, I know people worry with Twitter because they've been doing a lot of stuff because of the current ownership. But I actually like it. I think, like, as an example, our friend Mitch Jackson, him and some other lawyers jumped on last night to discuss what was going on in New York. We'll just say that. We won't get beyond that. But I think that's where that is perfect for that, right? Because you don't need everyone to come on camera. Let's just have that conversation. It reminds us of, to Catherine's point, that the radio, right? I want to listen to this live radio. And so, okay, there we go. So relaunching on YouTube. All right. Well, I have to make sure I go check that out. I'm gonna do that, Catherine. I owe that to you. At a minimum, I owe that to you. So, because of all the good, nice things you do and say about the Tim and Jim show. But Tim, this has been fun. We will be back next week, and not sure what we're going to talk about yet.
But Jim, we didn't do our newest segment of the show yet.
Oh,
we didn't do our Winning Wednesday segment.
That's right. Yet. You're right. Okay, you go first.
My win is that even though my cancer came back, I showed up for both Showing Up Perspectives in Cancer and the Tim and Jim show, even though cancer is back. That's my win for the week, or wins.
I like that. I like that.
What's your win? And everybody who's watching, what is your win for the week?
Yes. My win for the week is I made it through another evolution around the sun, and celebrating 57. 57. So I turned 57 on Monday, so got another year checked off the block. I hope I have at least 57 more. Now, some people might think that sounds crazy, but yeah, I enjoy life. I enjoy being alive, and
enjoy having you being alive.
Yes, and we enjoy you being alive, and I'm definitely here to support you in your journey. That hopefully you will overcome this. No doubt in my mind.
Yes, 100%, 100%. And thank you as always for your friendship, for your support. Because without me here, it would be the Jim show, and It would
That
still
would
be
be
freaking amazing though.
it would be
But
boring. I don't know.
but that's not happening
Ooh, look
anytime
at that.
soon.
She created editorial calendar outlines and getting it done. Nice. Nice. That's right. Winning Wednesday,
Awesome.
winning going on everywhere. Hopefully, as we speak, the Braves are going to beat the Cardinals. That would be another win for me. But they it's a day game. They lost their first. I'm not sure if the Braves like playing in the daylight. They like to play at night, it seems. But that's a whole nother story. Whole nother episode could be.
It could be. I wonder when is more brave to play? What time of day?
Well, it's interesting. I think maybe when people play in the daytime, they're just tired. They'd rather play at night. They're night people. You know, I'm a night person
Oh.
myself.
Hmm.
I'm more of a night owl. What about you? Are you a
I'm
morning
more of a
person?
morning, mid-afternoon person.
Mm-hmm.
That's like when I have the most energy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Nice. Nice. Oh, so
Oh,
nice. Well, see, that's because you had the
hi.
code word. It's great to see you. Saying. Awesome.
She was on
Awesome.
the show.
That's right.
When
That's
you weren't
right.
here
I
that
didn't
week.
realize it
Yeah.
because it's a fluffy ninja.
I did not realize it was you. Sorry.
Well, yes, awesome. Yeah, and Podfest Global just ended. I don't know if folks got to attend it, but I'm looking. That was a virtual. I'm looking forward to the next in-person one, which probably be next year. I think. I think they are gonna do some meetups. Yep.
They're going to do
So
some
Fluffy Ninja's a night
meetups.
owl.
Do you mean like in between?
Yes, yeah. Like they'll come here to Atlanta. Maybe they'll have one near you. We just have to. What's the
Ooh,
closest big city to you? You're close to
probably
New York
Scranton.
City.
I'm like 2 hours from New York, but I
I
would
think
travel
they've
there.
done one in New York City.
Yeah.
Yes, you should come to Atlanta for lunch or an event. We should have an event. Call it the Catherine Lang event. That'll work.
Yeah. So we
Yes,
should have a
that's
Tim and Jim. Let us know. Should we have our 5-year anniversary show? Should we have that in Atlanta?
well, if you go to Denver, we could do it in Denver
Are you going to Denver for something?
for Podcast Movement, August 21st to 24th.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works with school starting back up and stuff.
Well, you're not in school anymore.
No, but my kids are and my wife teaches.
Uh,
You waited to see Tim's face. Was it the right reaction?
and then oh, there you go, Guntersville on the lake. Oh yeah, there's some nice lakes here too. I have a friend. We go to Lake Allatoona. They actually film a lot of. If you've ever seen the show, the Ozarks, they film a lot of that stuff here. There's a lot of stuff filmed in Georgia. I don't know if you know that. I think more stuff is filmed in Georgia than any other state, not California, because we've done all these tax breaks, so it gets them to come here to do films.
Wow. Maybe we should do a film, Jim. What would it be called?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Let us know in the comments, what film should Tim and Jim create? What would it be called?
Lake Guntersville is one of the largest man-made lakes. Best Bass Lake. There you go. Well, Tim, if you have a podcast, you should go to Podcast Movement. It's bigger. It's bigger than Podfest.
Bigger.
But it is in Denver.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to explore. Yes, both your smiles and personality.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very,
thank you very much.
And
I
we're
really
glad...
enjoyed having you on the show. That show had so much energy, and it was just a really great conversation.
Yep.
So thank you for being an amazing guest.
And so make sure, go check out Tim's Perspective on Cancer show. If you want to be a sponsor, make sure you jump in on that, because the more sponsors, the better. It makes it better for everyone. So
for sure.
And
then
just
send me a direct
Tim,
message.
you'll have to let us know when the book is officially out, so we can get people to order it, put it on all the Twitters and everywhere else. So
all the things. Yes.
Are you going to sell autographed ones?
Should I? What do you think?
You should. I'll buy one. I have to know how to get it, but yeah, you should.
Well,
we want
to
autograph.
As long as I can figure that out, then
there you go. Maybe maybe that's through like a special link. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Well,
This has been awesome. Thank you
yes.
everyone for showing up. Wait, I'm confusing shows.
Well,
Thank
they
you
still they
everyone
showed
for
up.
they did show up. That's usually what I say at the end of the Showing Up Perspectives and Cat. Thank you for showing up to the blah blah blah. Anyway, thanks everyone for showing up though to the Tim and Jim show. And
That's
Jim,
right.
this has been awesome.
Yes, yes, and we will see you all next week. We're not sure if it'll be the same time or a different time because we're starting to play with the times. Is that a rhyme? I don't know.
Oh, I think you rhyme with
Rhyme time.
time or something. Yes.
All right.
Oh,
And
San says I should
yeah,
have autographed copies.
yes,
Writing that down. Autographed copies.
that's right. Let's
Thank
figure that
you.
out.
Love that
And I
idea.
bet you Catherine knows how to do that. So, Catherine, we'll have to. Tim's going to talk to you about autograph copies because you probably know the way he could do it. No doubt. Because
Catherine knows how to do
she
that?
does book publishing.
Oh, okay.
She probably has some
I'll have to
ideas.
connect with her.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Thank you again, and we will see you next week on the Tim and Jim Show.
Bye,
Take care, everyone.
y'all.
Bye.